book. Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah, you didn't.
I was planning, but I was planning to read for Shakespeare, but I don't know which book do I have to choose.
Shakespeare is hard. For me, I always avoid of Shakespeare. The language is very hard, antique, you know. It makes me quite feel complicated. So I often avoid of Shakespeare. This is the last, some part maybe, you know, there's some extraction from here, Shakespeare story. It will be nice, which is transformed into the modern English.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's just like it's written as a novel. It's very hard. I tried. It was hard for me. Okay, so shall we start the lesson today?
Yes.
All right. So today's lesson.
We have grammar, right?
Yeah, grammar we have now. Page, you can open 1993.
I don't have the book.
Oh, yes, you don't have a book. Yeah, guys. Ravda, did you send me your email on the chat?
No.
If you send it to me, I'm going to send you the pictures of this lesson. Then you can write it, you can read it on your own, you know, if you didn't understand, in case if you didn't understand. Okay? Just write to me your email address, and then I can post it to you. Okay, so today's lesson is about, which is unit 23, connecting adverbs. Okay, connecting adverbs. So how are we going to, this is a bit interesting, but need to pay more attention. Okay? All right.
Okay.
Off. I do have. So the adverbs, so, they, and either, neither. I put them in the groups. These are adverbs, okay? But they are connecting adverbs. What does that mean? That means they connect sentences together. So first one, so and to. How do we use this adjective in our language, daily language? So to, when we use them, when we want to add another fact or information without repeating, that means usually you're going to that means you're going to avoid of repetition. You know, you say one thing again and then another sentence they're repeating again. Instead, usually, so and to, you can you can use it to avoid of repetition and to give a fact or more information about the whole sentence. For example, Liz is very helpful, and so is her sister. What does that mean, so is her sister? That means Liz's sister. To avoid of Liz, you can use so is her sister.
Yes.
Okay? Yes, they both helped us, and Philippe did too. They both helped us here. They both helped us, right? Both.
Yes.
And also, Philip, to avoid of both, to say it, and the same time again, we added more information. Both person, and there's how many people we talking about here who helped me in total?
3.
3. That means both and plus Philip. So instead of that, to avoid of repeating the one Philip and over here, all instead Philip did too. So that's how we use so into. Now here, either, neither. We can use them when we want to add a negative fact. Our negative fact should, if it's a negative, or our idea is negative, we're going to use either or neither. Let's have a look at the example. I don't eat much meat. Neither my husband. What does that mean? That means my husband doesn't eat much as well, right?
Yeah.
But the information here was, you can say to here, but here information is a positive.
Yeah.
But here it is negative. If it's negative, you're going to use neither. Another example, my parents don't like blue cheese. I don't either. Do you see that?
Yeah.
And now there is now I don't either. Why? Because there is negative here. And here, negative here, and neither. I don't like blue cheese. And in this sentence, you can use it like this here as well. And I don't eat much meat, and my husband doesn't either. Okay, you can use this one, let's say like this, but here also you can say, and neither do I. I can say like this. This is the grammatically is correct, but have a look at here. When you use don't hear, you're going to use neither to start the sentence. But like say, I don't eat much meat. My husband doesn't either. Or neither does my husband. Instead of using, in this sentence to use two negative, you see, I don't, and here another one, that my husband doesn't. It has too many negative, right? It can work, but we are mixing them well to balance it. How? If you have used it, don't use neither. But if he didn't use here, don't like blue cheese, I don't either. Neither do I, either way. So these are the option how we can use. If you're going to use negative here, you're going to use either. But if your sentence is positive here, you're going to use neither. So that means neither with what? You should have a positive sentence. But if you're going to use either, your sentence should be negative. That's how it is.
Negative.
Yeah. Okay, so let's move on. Next one. Another group. Okay. So, two, neither, either, four of them together. When we want to agree with someone is saying a short answer, we use them also a short answer, which we call a question tag question, echo question also. So I don't like pizza, and somebody will say, neither do I. Or you can say, I don't either. When we create a short answer. And we loved that book. So did I. And another one said, John did too. You see, this one we have so. And we have here too. But here we have either and neither. When did we use this one? When we have anything negative. If there's something involved with the negative, you're going to use either, neither. But if your main sentence is a positive, you're going to use so and to. So for example, I won't be able to travel this year. And then says, neither will I, or I will not either. Also, we can say me too. But it is very informal way, okay? If you're going to use the neither will I want either, you will sound more like a native. So will you travel this year, Rauda, to Egypt? For example, for me, I will not be able to visit my family back in Mongolia. What about you? How can you answer this one?
I want either.
I won't either. Another way you can say neither will I.
Will I.
Yeah. So next one here. Again, so to, neither, either. Again, we can use it for something else. Can use with possessive subject to compare things we own with someone else's. For example, you possess something. For example, Emma's birthday is in April. Emma's birthday is in April. So in this case, you say, so is mine. Where is our possessive adjective, pronoun here? Subject. It's mine is possessive subject. Is here. So is mine. What does that mean? That means my birthday is in April as well, right?
Yeah.
So here, his family lived in USA. So did hers. Right?
Yeah.
Hers. But
Yeah.
because they are positive, that's why you're going to use so. Or Sam's did too, because you see that possessive S, possessive apostrophe is here. If it's positive, if you have a
Yes.
same, you possess the same thing, we can use so or to. But if the main verb is positive, you're going to use negative auxiliary. And if
Yes.
main verb is negative, we're going to use positive auxiliary. So we're going to explain it further.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's move on to our next
Yes.
page over here.
Okay.
Here. Now here, first, next, then, actually, fortunately, only, even. Those are also adverbs. They also works as a connecting adverb to join two meaning together. So have a look at this one here. Then, first, second, next, later, afterward. Meanwhile, to give information, to give instruction. Why do you think it's instruction? Ravda, why do you think we use it instruction? Do you remember our writing lesson? In our writing lesson, we wrote some instruction and a recipe. First, you're going to crack your egg in a dish, and then stir. So here, as I said, we use them in instruction. When you give instruction, first do it, second, and then finally you do that. Or tell someone how to do things. Order of events. You see, in this point we use those adverbs. For example, first break a couple of eggs into
Yes.
a bowl. Remember we made omelette in the writing lesson? Remember we made omelette? You wrote the instruction how to make omelette. And then next, add a pinch of salt. Then, huh? Do you remember or not? The omelette. Some of you mixed zumita. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah. So next, you're going to add salt.
Yes, yes, I remember.
Yes. Yes.
And then beat the eggs.
The one
Now, add some flour. What's that flour? Beat it with. Now, the flour, you mean that degi, not the flour word here, mistake here. It should be all on them. Sorry, the internet connection is
It's okay.
collapsing. First, next, right? And what else we have here? Then, now, and here should be U, guys. There's a mistake. Letter U, flour, and beat it well. Meanwhile, while you're doing that, you should heat a frying pan and then say, finally. We use them for instruction. I'm telling you something to order to do something, right? Is that clear? Okay. So next one here.
Yeah, yes.
Now, luckily,
Yes, clear.
fortunately, frankly, apparently, actually, hopefully, obviously, those are also connective adverbs. But what is the purpose of those connective adverbs? To give judgment. Yes. Those adverbs to give judgment, or give your opinion, or express our So, as I have mentioned here, we give judgment, opinion, and our feeling as well as thought on something. That's where we use those. Fortunately, Jack's operation was not too serious. This is our connective adjective. We're giving about our feeling and thought.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we cannot go to the beach because of the curfew. Is that true? Is that true, Ravda? Unfortunately, right? This is our expression on the curfew, unfortunately. That means we're giving our opinion or feeling or thoughts or judgment. Which one is it, do you think? I cannot go. It's about our thoughts. Okay. So also only points, one part of a sentence. The only, as we said, here, as we said, one part of a thing, which is a subject or object. Why? For example, only one person paid $100. What does that mean? There's not more than one person, it is what it means. When you use it at the beginning of the sentence, it's like this. But if you're going to use it, one person paid only $100, which means not more than $100. Do you see that it only adverb only when you use it at the beginning of the sentence, at the end of the sentence, the meaning of sentence has changed totally. So you must be very careful about how to use adverb only. Next one, even. To say information is surprising or unusual. How? Even my grandma stayed up to watch the match. Really? Is it surprising, isn't it? Usually grandmothers, they will sleep, they were not interested in the match. It was surprising. Here the grandma is watching football is unusual here. Unusual. Watching match for grandma is means something unusual here. Here, Sarah loves reading. She even reads cornflakes packets. It's surprising. She loves it that much. Even when she eats a cornflakes, she is going to read the packet of the cornflakes. So those how we use those adverbs in a sentence, usually to express our thoughts and feeling correctly, you know. So I hope you understood. And okay, hello, guys. I hope you understood. I hope you understood. So let's move on to our exercises over here. And here, what we're going to do here is we're going to choose the correct answer. So within the correct answer is so, either, neither, or two. You're going to choose one of it to fill the gap. So you asked about my family. So here is a bit more information. I go to a secondary school in Manchester, and so do my two brothers, Jake and Nathan. I love my school, and they do too, because they have the same thoughts. They want to repeat, like say, also they do love their school. We don't want to write like that. So instead, they do. And I don't like art, and Jack doesn't either. We're going to choose either. I prefer science and does nothing. Neither, two, so I prefer science and so does nothing. Okay, you said enjoyed swimming, and you said enjoyed swimming, and I do, because it's a positive sentence, we're going to use here. I do too. And also, you said you didn't like football. I don't. When you use a negative, you're going to use either. And do my brothers. And that means here is a positive sentence, neither do my brothers, because beginning of the sentence over here about negative. So we all hate it. My father loves it, and does my mother. So it's positive sentence, we cannot use either. And also we cannot use to my mother, because we always use it at the end of the sentence, so we're going to choose, so does my mother. But they only watch it on TV, they don't play. I'm going on holiday next week, and I think you say that you are too at the end of the sentence. And write me when you get back, your friend Joan. So guys, this time I have completed on my own because I cannot hear your microphone. Your connection seems is bad. So let's move on to our next exercise over here. Okay, over here. And next one. I can hear some of you. Next one over here. Two students have just met at the university. Complete the gaps using so or either and the correct auxiliary. Auxiliary is depending on the past and present, what they're talking about, which tenses are they, which time the action is happening or happened. Based on that, you have to choose the auxiliary verb. Okay, so hi, I am Sarah. Where are you from? I was born in Wales. That's funny. So was I. So was I. But I didn't like my town. And so maybe she had to show my, neither do I. Neither do I. That means I don't have, I don't like it too. When is your birthday, Sarah? In January. And then must we have also. I said, so is, here you're going to write, so is mine. Why? Because it's possessive. So is, sentence start, so is mine. Next. But I really don't like birthday parties. And Helen says, I prefer to go to cinema with my few friends. So neither do I. Instead, what does she do? She prefers to go to cinema with few friends. And told, I don't know many people here yet. And here, Sarah, she said, Sarah, and then she said, I prefer to go to cinema. And then, right, okay. So, do I. Why? Even she doesn't like it, so she prefers to go with some friends. Though I don't know many people here yet. And Helen says, I want to join the basketball team. What are we going to do? I told, though I, here, because it's negative over here, so you're going to write it as neither do I. And I want to join basketball team. And she would say, so do I. Did you play at school? Yes, I played for my school and the Wales team. And then Sarah. Sarah, what would she say if she had? So, what was it? Here, 7. So did I. So guys, I think that's it for today. I'm going to please send me your email address, okay? Then I will send the